I'll never let go, Steve.
Yes.
Is this where I kind of sink into the sea?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll never let go, Steve. Now go away. I'm going to float over here. Hello everybody and welcome once again to the heatwave that is sweeping Britain. Yes, it has got up to a massive 25 degrees, which if you're native to this country is hell. I am one of your co-hosts, Steve Hester, and joining me as always, drinking from a cup of water, is...
Andrew Roger Caution. Caution?
Yeah, you're... Caution.
Must be Scotch. I've turned into Sean Connery. Yes.
Yes, at least you remembered your name this week.
I have. And it's the heat. All right. It's the heat. I am not used to this. I prefer Los Angeles where it's the dry heat. And it's great. I don't like humidity. I don't. No. And it reminds me when we started this show when we were doing it in the daytime. And that day where we were practically melting. I can't remember who we had on the show, but it was painful. But
yes.
But thankfully...
It wasn't fun.
It wasn't fun. But thankfully,
no.
Today's going to be a lot of fun. And I think we're incredibly blessed this week to have one of the biggest emerging stars, in my view, that is soon to pretty much explode onto the scene in one of this summer's biggest movies. Now, we all know the Expendables, and we all know the kind of revolving door of talent that they have throughout the 3 movies so far. And now
it's a who's who of action names.
Oh, yeah. But they're never afraid to showcase new talent. And The Expendables 4, which is released this September, I believe, is pretty spectacular. The trailer has only just dropped, I think, last week. When you see this, it's probably 3 weeks ago. Our guest star is featured in this trailer. Not only that, she's also the last person featured on that trailer. The kiss away shot of that trailer, she is there with the smile that she is displaying. We're on the screen right now. Now, I can get in extreme trouble for getting the name wrong this week because she's already told me how to say it right. So,
go on, I'm waiting.
Okay. Now, I usually get it wrong, but I think I may have it right. And if I've got it right, I'll tell you how I got it right. So, is it Levy Tran?
Yes.
Do you know how I got that?
Well done. Well done.
I got that from my fiance who just said to me earlier on, so Levy. I was like, got it. Now I'll know exactly what it is. How are you?
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited and a little bit nervous, but thank you.
No, don't be nervous. We don't bite. We honestly don't.
No,
you know, we've had all kinds of people on the show, and they've left with all limbs intact. Although, having said that, having seen you in action, just in the little snippets in the trailers, I don't really think it is going to be you that's going to be missing limbs. It's mostly going to be us.
Watch out.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't do anything.
No. Well, we're definitely going to talk about the Expendables 4 later on, but that's definitely worth building up to. And as we kind of mentioned in our little pre-show here that people have not been privy to, you are the specialist in 4 when it comes to a franchise.
Yeah.
Of which we'll get into later. But I think we want to go back down here because obviously you're an actress, you're also a successful model, you're also a host as well. Yeah. You've done so many things in such a short amount of time, but I think we've got to go back to before it all kicked off here. Now, as I understand, you were born to Vietnamese parents, and you were raised in Santa Clara.
Yes, well, Santa Clara County, San Jose, city of San Jose, to 2 Vietnamese parents. Sorry, my dog's right.
Hi, doggy.
Went to Majestic Elementary, and then Stiermont Middle School, high school, Piedmont Hills, and then went to San Jose State and graduated with a child and adolescent development degree with a minor in mathematics to go on to get my teaching credentials to teach K through 8. Didn't quite finish the teaching credential. I was like a few months off until I decided to quit teaching kindergarten. And then I was waiting tables for a little while. And while I was waiting tables, across from the restaurant was the San Jose Police Department. And I became friends with some of the police officers, and they would take me on these ride-alongs. And then I got kind of interested in like the science aspect of like the crime scene investigation. And so they would take me to the coroner's office, and that's where I kind of got interested in that. But I didn't want to go to med school to become a coroner because that would be more schooling. And so I kind of fell into mortuary college, which was a 2-year degree in Sacramento. And then
was there a specialized class in that which taught you how to eat a sandwich over a body? Like you see in every single movie, anytime there's a body in a morgue, there's always a mortician that's there just eating.
So kind of funny story. I don't know if it's really funny, but when I went to on like the ride along with the coroner at the coroner's office, he was it was like a 8-hour day ride along, and he was asking me, like, when do you want to eat lunch? Because I generally eat lunch kind of like before, but people who eat lunch before seeing the bodies throw up after seeing the bodies. And I was like, yeah, I'll have lunch whenever you have lunch. I'll just kind of do whatever. And so we ate like this big burger and fries, and then we went to go see the decedents and like the cases. And I mean, I didn't throw up, and he was just like, not a lot of people could do that. Maybe you should look into this. And I think that was kind of what kicked it off. And so I registered into mortuary college, and I did that, but it was a little bit different because I get to work with the families and stuff. And I became an apprentice embalmer for about 2 years. And then kind of the same thing with teaching. Like I was a couple months away from taking the state board. And then I eventually kind of just moved to Los Angeles to pursue modeling because I was kind of doing that.
Wow.
A little bit at the same time.
So, I mean, that whole story in itself is a movie on its own.
Yeah.
So I was a teacher. Then I thought, no, I'm going to be an embalmer.
Yeah.
No, actually, I'm going to be a model.
Yeah.
So.
And then an actor.
Only. I see that as just preparation.
Sure.
So
I'm slowly picking up the stories and the characters from it.
the whole embalming thing is a thing that really raised an eyebrow for me, because it was like, we've heard so many of the different career paths that people have taken, and most of the actresses, I think a larger percentage of the actresses we had went in through dance school and stuff like that, so they wanted to be ballet dancers and things like that. I've never had someone who say, nah, apprentice embalmer.
I mean, yeah, I wasn't really shocked by it. My family definitely didn't want me to pursue it. My mom especially, because she was like, the spirits are gonna follow you home.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, well, if they follow me home, they'll take care of me because I'm taking care of them. She's like, oh, okay.
You got her with the logic.
Yeah. She was like, oh, okay. It was a very rewarding career for me. I always said I would go back if acting didn't work out.
Well, I will say this: out of the jobs that are available, it's one of those jobs which there's always going to be a demand for people to do.
True.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're not going to run out of work.
Yeah.
No, AI isn't going to take that job. No.
How young were you? Because I know that you have you've learned a lot of different martial art styles and disciplines as well. So, I mean, you do Eskrima, you do Muay Thai boxing, you do Jiu-Jitsu also. Did this start when you were young?
When I was a kid, like between the ages of 6 and like 10, 11, my family, my dad, my mom, my sister, and I, every summer nights, we would watch Chinese Kung Fu movies. And this was like pre-Netflix, where they have a movie to span over like 40 hours. it's like a whole store for 40 hours, but you go to the Chinese rental movie place, and you get like the VHS cassette tapes, and each one is like an hour. So you'd have to watch it and then like return it to get the next chapter.
Right,
And we would watch it until like 1 or 2 a.m. in the morning. And I remember watching all of these people doing all of these action stuff and just remembering like that is what I want to be, but not thinking like, oh, I want to be an actor doing that. I just wanted to be them, like flying through the trees and like sword fighting and all that stuff. So I guess that's what got me interested in martial arts, but I wouldn't say I'm like a martial artist. I only have like a couple of years of certain like Muay Thai and boxing and Eskrima, and now I'm just getting into jiu-jitsu. It's only been like 2 years.
Wow. Which one do you feel most comfortable with?
Comfortable, none, but absolutely have fallen in love with jiu-jitsu. Like, I cannot stop thinking about it. I mean, so this past December, I got a knee injury. I got like a hole in my knee cartilage, and so I couldn't train for like 6 months, and it's driving me crazy. And I finally just got back, and I'm just like, finally, I can get beat up by people.
That just reminds me of when we had Gino Anthony Pezzi on, and he was talking about how he was on set and he ended up blowing his back out, blowing his ankle, and to be out of it and to be away from it for so long must have been so frustrating. But I'm glad that you're back, and I'm glad it's all healed up and everything.
Thank you. Me too.
You became pretty well known as one of the top Asian female models as well. I'm guessing around the mid 2000s.
Like 2000. I want to say like 10, 11, 12. I'm gonna keep going up. 13, 14.
All these years, top prize every year.
It's the years kind of just like mold into like a big chunk. I started modeling. My friend John. He is a photographer, and he was just like, hey, let's just take a couple photos. And I was like, okay. And then we posted it on like Tumblr, and I got a lot of reposts and stuff. And so, and so I started just doing more modeling stuff and collaborating with people.
It obviously worked out well, because I think from there, 2012, you made your TV debut on MTV's Guy Code as a host.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That was fun. That was a lot of fun, actually. I was like, why am I here? Why do they want me? But enjoying the ride.
So what was Guy Code all about? Because my MTV days are seriously way back when they had music on that channel. So.
That had nothing to do with the bro code, did it, by any chance?
I didn't break any state or federal laws, but I think I broke a much, much higher law. The bro code.
I mean, it was like kind of linked together. Guy Code was essentially me and a couple of other girls who would just basically like answer questions that guys and girls had about, like, for example, if you are out on a date and you see his phone face down, what does that tell you? And then the girls would just kind of answer like, oh, he's hiding something, or like, oh, he's secretive, or blah, blah, blah.
Following that, you start to branch out into movies. Now, I know that one of the earliest films that I know of you from, I think it might have been your film debut. You starred in a found footage thriller called Graduation Day.
Oh my God.
You didn't think anyone had seen this, had you?
No. That was like it was my first movie that I did, and it was like kind of one of those things where you look back and you're just like, wow, that I was terrible.
I do the exact same thing. I honestly do.
You got to start somewhere, basically. I think. I mean, I kind of take those years as like the high school years, and then the next 5 years as the college years, and then now I'm kind of like in the internship year where I'm like trying to figure out my way through my next job. So I'm not really like a senior at all, but I'm in the door.
with it being your first movie, obviously you must have had some excitement kind of going into it. I mean, the found footage movies, they're still popular. I mean,
Yeah.
Amazon Prime seems
Yeah.
to buy up like 500 of them a week because there's new ones that crop up nearly all the time. And obviously, your character name was Vanessa Tran, which made me think of maybe your character didn't have a surname and they just decided to tack yours onto it.
I feel like that was with another one. I can't really remember. But one thing I do remember about shooting that movie was I had so much energy. I had booked a Apple commercial at the same time. So in these 2 days and 48 hours, and they were across town in Los Angeles, and I would shoot for 12 hours and I would drive 30 minutes like at 7 in the morning to go to the commercial shoot and shoot for 12 hours, and then drive back for 30 minutes and shoot for the other 12 hours, and then drive back for 30 minutes and shoot the other 12 hours. And like looking back, I'm like, how did I do that without zero sleep, just working for 2 straight days?
So,
which was kind of exciting at the time.
You were doing the Michael J. Fox run back when he was doing Back to the Future.
Oh, yeah.
Family Ties in the day and Back to the Future in the evening.
It's dedication. That's what it is. It's dedication to your craft.
Thank you, Steve.
Yes. You're very welcome.
I mean, from there, barring a couple of little projects in between, you land pretty heavily on the big screen in a very small role. So you appear in Fast and Furious 7, or is it Furious 7, Fast and Furious 7?
Yeah.
Fast 7,
7.
whatever it is.
Too
7.
fast,
yeah.
7.
7. So you,
7's too fast.
You are the race starter for Race Wars, and I cannot believe they didn't change the name of that event. but yeah.
Are you okay, Steve?
Yeah, I've not seen that one.
Oh.
Yeah, it's one of those things that's flagged up.
Oh my God, did they have no one there who goes, yeah, maybe we should change this?
Change it.
Yeah. Oh dear.
But yeah, I mean, these are a couple of things because it's, I think, one of the biggest entries in Fast and the Furious. I know that it is still, to this day, the second highest grossing movie in the history of Universal Studios.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that, did you?
Probably.
And it also surpassed Avatar to be the fastest movie to gross $1 billion.
Wow.
You didn't think about that for Fast and Furious 7?
I didn't. No.
And it's all because people wanted to see Levy Tran on the screen.
Yeah, Flag Girl.
The Flag Girl.
During the Race World Wars.
This was Tony Jaa's first English-speaking role was in Fast and Furious 7 as well. And now you get to work with him again in Expendables 4.
Yes.
Have you shared any stories about your Fast 7 experiences with Tony on set?
No. We talk about his music videos and martial arts. He's so funny. He's crazy. It's like he walks into the room and the entire energy of the room changes. Like you just at peace and like there's so much like serenity and it's crazy.
I heard the same people say about that about Chow Yun-fat. Apparently when he walks in the room, you just feel incredibly calm and peaceful.
I love him. Yeah, I would. My family and I would watch him on the Chinese kung fu movies. Funny story about Furious 7. The audition that I did, I was supposed to do. It wasn't for Flag Girl. It was for just like the girl that stands behind Vin Deisel. And during the audition, they were like, "Okay, he's walking by," and you're like yelling at him. And you know, the theme is supposed to be like very colorful stuff, and I don't know why I wore like black when all the other girls were wearing like very vibrant, colorful, sexy dresses. And for some reason, the casting director goes, "Okay, you see Vin Diesel walk by," and for some reason, I don't know why, I yelled, "Hootie hoo!" walked away. I was like, for sure, I'm not like gonna book this. But the Flag Girl, that role, I think, was supposed to go to Iggy Azalea, but she couldn't make it, so they put her. They switched her schedule because I think her schedule didn't mix, so they bumped me to the Flag Girl. But I for sure didn't think that I was going to get it because I don't know why I said Hootie Hoo, which I think is like a calling for police officers or something. I don't know. It's like a street calling. I don't know.
Well, there will be some logic behind it, and it obviously worked. Your instincts kicked in. You landed the part. You know?
They're like,
So-
poor girl, let's give it to her.
That's it. You need to get a T-shirt now with Hootie Hoo written on it.
Hootie Hoo.
Yeah.
Oh, that could be the next tattoo. Just as a good reminder. But this, it was also the first time that Justin Lin had stepped out of Fast and Furious, and you're working with James Wan. Now, James Wan is like probably one of the biggest Asian directors out there. Obviously, he's done Aquaman, he's done the Conjuring series, things like that.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes.
And what was it like
so
working
lovely.
with James?
He's such a lovely human being, like very welcoming and just like comforting me and making sure that I felt comfortable, you know, being in that outfit and doing the moves and having the cars go by me quite quickly. And yeah, he's great. I mean, I was only on set for 3 days for that whole scene, so got to work with him a little bit, but he was great.
Yeah. The one thing I'll notice about James when I see him on Facebook is when he posts something, and naturally he gets like hundreds of people commenting on it, and I notice he responds to nearly every single person. So thank you. I'm like, dude, haven't you got a movie to make?
Yeah.
He's so nice.
It really is. Genuine.
It's very humbling. Yeah.
It really is. He's a really nice guy. And also, I saw that here for your even small role in Furious 7. You were voted one of the most beautiful women in the Fast and Furious franchise. Eat that, Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Quick production question then. You mentioned about the cars going past. Now, a lot of the stuff that you see in those films, though, it's all very larger than life with a great deal of special effects going on. What would you say was the real to visual effects ratio on those races? Because you said they were coming past at some speed, but how fast?
Yeah.
Exactly?
So when I, put the flag down, they were coming. They had stunt drivers right past me. It was fast, and like the beginning scene where they had like the motorcycles jumping across, like the incline.
Yeah.
This is whatever that's called. And they're all jumping. There's cameras everywhere. There's hundreds and thousands of people. It was it was really cool to see. Cars were going fast, and at one point Michelle Rodriguez was stepping on the gas too. So it was pretty cool.
No stunt driving for Michelle. No.
Well, from there, your career in movies continues. You then appeared in The Vigilante Diaries.
Yeah.
Playing the character of Kid 2.0.
Just a badass chick who kind of sometimes is the second in arms or assistant to the main person, but gets the job done, gets to kick ass, whether it's with a man or a woman. That was a fun movie, though. It was the first premiere that I got to go to as well. It was a red carpet premiere.
But this was directed by Christian Sesma.
Yeah.
And
you said you know him,
I'm
right?
connected to him, yes, on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tag him in this. So if you want to say some nasty stuff about it, go ahead.
No, I don't. He's so wonderful as well. Like, loves his family, loves coffee, loves movies, loves to write and direct, and he's great. He's fantastic.
Yes.
Like a
You had me at
fantastic
coffee.
human being. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But he can come on and talk about coffee. There you go. You can tell him through the screen now. Christian's got to come on the show.
Christian, you got to come on the show.
Yes.
Bring some coffee.
Yes, strong coffee for us, please. So Vigilante Diaries, originally, it was based on a web series, right? As I remember it. There was an original web series of it. And I think that ended after something like 8 episodes.
I want to agree with you, Andrew, but I don't recall.
Well, it's all about your experience working on the movie. Was there any fun instances you can tell us from that production? Because it had quite a varied cast on there, so you had some like noticeable names in there.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. You got Quentin Rampage Jackson.
Of course. I just saw him a couple of weeks ago.
MMA in the 18. Michael Madsen.
Yes.
Michael Jai White.
Yes.
Yeah.
Black Dynamite himself.
Yeah. I was nervous. I had a scene with him, and I was nervous, and I was just like, it was kind of supposed to be like trying to squeeze some info from his character.
I think, which version of Michael J. White is he in real life? Is he the kind of Black Dynamite, or is he the Gamble from The Dark Knight?
He's so sweet. No, in real life, he's complete opposite of all those people. But he can be very deadly.
I'm sure Michael J. White
still don't get that, though.
What?
In The Dark Knight, he gets killed by having a potato peeler just stuck in his mouth. You never see a cut or a stab. He just falls to the ground. I don't know.
Just done.
I reckon it happened and it just got trimmed to make it more family friendly. Your fighting roles continue because I discovered here that you were in, I guess, an independent film called Female Fight Club in 2016.
Yes.
No.
Okay, we've touched a nerve here.
If they go off screen laughing, we know.
Yes.
It's just because I feel like some of my auditions, I'm like, how did I get it? Because so we had the auditions. I auditioned for the main role, which is played by Amy Johnson, but and she's fantastic in it. But during the callback, I was asked by the director. So it was like the director, I think the director, me, and another actress who, in this scene, in this audition process room, we were supposed to be bumping into each other in Las Vegas, and we were supposed to have a fight the next night. And so we hate each other. And so he wanted me to like ad-lib or shit talk to this actress. And I am terrible at talking crap to people. Like, I'm one of those people who, when you're saying something and then like an hour later the argument's over, and like, damn it, I should have said this, or like, why didn't I say this? Like, I can never think of something so witty or like in your face.
Nothing and to be hooty hoo though.
No. But he was like, okay, you hate each other. Go, action. And I was like, sup, bitch. And she was like, what? I go, you got a nice nose. She was like, what the fuck? I was like, I said something like, I'm going to break your nose. And she's like, are you a nose surgeon? I was like, no. And she started saying all of these things. And then I started copying what she was saying. She was like, I'm going to pound your face to the ground or something. And I was like, I'm going to pound your face to the ground, because I couldn't think of anything. And the director was like, you need to say, you can't just say whatever she's saying. It still like haunts me to this day that I cannot talk shit to people in an audition room as well.
The genius of it is sometimes going in the complete opposite direction and making it awkward so it's funny. So
I was trying to be so serious though.
No, trust me. I guarantee if you actually saw the rehearsal footage, you would find some like comedy element in there. It's like, I should have leaned into that a little bit more.
Sure,
it's kind of funny. Because I've seen that with some people's auditions. Where it's like, it was absolutely hilarious. It's like, but it was going for serious. I was like, but you went too serious. The director was Miguel Angel Ferrer.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you remove the angel, it's Miguel Ferrer.
Miguel Ferrer,
yes, but not the same guy.
Jones is going to come looking for you. Forget Jones.
I actually saw you in a freak occurrence the other night of a film I didn't even know you were in, but I was watching it because it was recommended to me. It's a film you did in 2017 called Gemini.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Directed by
Yes.
Aaron Katz. I've been on a bit of a Aaron
Yes.
Katz exploration since seeing a couple of his movies. So I thought, I've got to see this Gemini because Zoe Kravitz is in it, and apparently everyone was like
Yes.
raving over it. And then suddenly there you are as Theory, and it's got a great cast. You got John Cho in there as well.
Yeah. It was actually so because it was my first. I was still like learning things about production, but like just to watch him do his thing, and I was just like watching. I was like, it was really cool experience.
Who out of your kind of early career kind of took you under their wing? Because after this, there was a sizable increase in your roles and your performances. So in your early days leading up to Gemini, who were kind of people who were really feeding you advice and guiding you?
I kind of just want to say my agent and my agency, just because they've always had my back since day one, like literally since day one, when I didn't even have like zero acting classes. I had like zero acting classes zero acting classes under my belt. And they were pushing and pushing. They're like, take some more acting classes. And I did that, and they just kept supporting me and pushing me. And I think they were my main contributors to where I am right now.
They saw something in you very, very early on.
I think so, yeah. I'm so grateful for them. So, David Arigati and Daniel Hoff.
I'm still with them to this day.
Yeah, I'm never going to leave them.
That's good.
Loyal.
Well, they're definitely earning their money by the look of it. They're earning that percentage. So hello to your agents.
Hello.
Let's get to the point here of you and Steve have a common link here. You have both appeared in Shameless.
Yes.
What?
Yes. Well, you obviously appeared in the US version of Shameless. I appeared in the British version of Shameless. Was it series 2 or series 3? I can't remember off the top of my head. But I had to say some rather very, very inappropriate things to the young daughter of the family as I drove past in the car. To the point that I have forbidden my mum from ever seeing the episode.
Watching it? Yes. Do you remember what you say?
Oh,
Did you
yes.
remember what you said?
Oh, yes, okay. I do. Yes.
Yeah, no.
Okay, then. The line was, do you want to...
Steve, you dirty dog.
Thing is that was my first proper professional gig. It was my first job. I had lines. So you and I, we share that. We both dealt with the scum. Look at you! Shut your face!
Why wasn't that on your show reel? I wonder.
I wonder why. Yeah.
Yeah, the beginning scene to your reel. To start it off.
You've got to start hot, Steve. You've got to start hot on those show reels.
Oh yeah.
You fucking perv!
So you played the character of Eddie.
So Eddie is kind of just this rough around the edges, just kind of doesn't really care, goes to the own beat of her drums. She is wild, a little bit freaky, but also kind of has attachment issues. I auditioned for her, and I think it was like a couple of episodes as a co-star role, but because there was nudity in it, I think we kind of reached a point where it was like, okay, well, because she's doing some nudity and some sex scenes, we're gonna turn it into a guest star role and kind of keep her throughout the season, and that's how I stayed for a little bit longer than I think I should have.
I've heard a rumor that John Wells from Shameless, he has a very strict no script policy on set, so that all of the actors need to come and basically know everything, cannot revert back to the script. So was that the first time for you having to deal with something like that? And how terrifying was it?
Yes, it was very terrifying. I mean, it was I guess it was like my first big real thing for television, and but the thing is, I didn't know that it was a no. I don't remember that it was a no script policy. I just wanted to do well, so I memorized everything, and then I came in and I was like, oh, nobody has sides. So I think that's just, I kind of figured it out. But there was this one day, I don't remember what episode, they had changed the script, and they apparently emailed me the night before, and when we were doing rehearsals, I had said the old lines, and then the director was like, no. He goes, this is the new line that you, because only the director has the script. Like, this is what, I was like, oh my God, I had to memorize all of this, but it was only like 4 sentences, and I was so nervous, but it went okay.
So do any of your lines still stay in your head from there?
No, but I know there was some dirty words in there. I removed them from my conscience.
Little did you two know you were playing the same character and had the same lines.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh God! If you and I were playing the same character,
sit
that's
on my
slightly more... Yes.
So from there, I mean, you're now starting to balance kind of a movie and television over the next couple of years, following on from Shameless. So you appear in The First Purge as Ronik.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you find your way onto The First Purge?
I auditioned for the role that Marissa Tomei plays in the movie, but then I got my Ronik role. But that was such an amazing experience to, one, just sit in the same room with Marissa Tomei, and two, to watch her do her thing as well and see the process of them coming up with the scene together and rearranging everything to make it work and flow. And I remember me and a couple of people who were in the room as well watched her do the scene with the other actor, and when it was done, I just went, ooh. I was trying to like stay in character, but after like witnessing that scene that they did, I had like the shakes a little bit. It was really cool.
Well, yeah, you know, she's not an Oscar winner for nothing.
Yeah.
Very true. And you've discovered quite a lot of Marissa Tomei over the course of this show, Steve.
Yes. Yes. We're referring to an episode that we did where we looked at the excellent film Before the Devil Knows You're Dead, which has got Marissa Tomei and Ethan Hawke and the late Philip Seymour Hoffman, and Marissa Tomei spends most of the film naked.
Oh.
Yes.
That was fun editing around for the episode, I'm not going to lie.
The thing is, it's the very first thing you see in the movie, and I know that you were not prepared for it, and you'd been there like, Aunt May, no!
Oh no, Aunt May.
I'm going to have to make sure that this doesn't get demonetized. No!
Yes. I think most people, when I have been kind of promoting that you were coming onto the show and just kind of getting the feedback from Facebook and stuff like that, straight away they jump out and they say, that's Trish from Haunting of Hill House. A Haunting of Hill House was phenomenally huge.
Huge series, yeah.
Incredible.
So beautiful. So beautiful.
Your storyline in it is beautiful. It really is.
Oh,
and it is, obviously it was a much different role than anything you had done before.
Yes, very, very different. Auditioned for it. And funny thing is, when I auditioned for it, I can't remember exactly what month it was, but I didn't hear anything back for like another month and a half, which is a pretty long time. And then when my agent, when Gotti called me, he's like, hey, you booked it. I was like, what did I audition for? What is this? Like, it was so, I couldn't remember it, but so grateful. Got to work with amazing people, like in Kate Siegel. She's fantastic. So beautiful, so talented. And her husband, of course, the director. It shot here in Atlanta, actually. So, it's funny, you're bringing me back to, like, you are guiding me down memory lane, and I'm like, oh, that was that year, oh, that was that for that.
It is. A lot of the guests that we have on sometimes like, I haven't even thought about this in years, or it's a buried memory that just pulled out. And that's what we love, because so many people come back afterwards and just say, thank you so much for taking me on that
reopening old
journey.
wounds.
Yes, reopening old wounds. This is it. There's some things that you can laugh about. Some things that you laugh about, some things that you find kind of closure on. And The Haunting of Hill House was flawless. I don't think there was anybody who was not watching that series when it was released. I binged it in 2 days. It was
Oh yeah.
And Jesus, I mean, it was scary as hell, but so well written at the same time. There are a lot of people, the last time that story was tackled was the Jan de Bont special effects movie with Liam Neeson and Catherine Zeta-Jones.
We said we wouldn't talk about that one.
No. It's kind of forgotten to time for a reason.
Yes. I hadn't actually seen that one, and my girlfriend put on the movie, and there was lots of howling, but it wasn't out of fear. Let's put it that way.
And it wasn't out of Owen Wilson's jokes.
Wow.
No. No. I think I honestly laughed when he ended up getting his head cut off.
Yes.
In that one, I was just like, oh my God, no.
Yeah, I remember there being a lot of like, oh, they're not doing this story again, are they? Netflix, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But, from the first episode, you're in. It's like, I need to watch more of this. I cannot go to sleep without seeing the rest. You literally had to force that remote out of your hand and come back the next day and watch the rest.
It tugs at your heartstrings.
Oh, it really does. Then you show up in season 3 of the rebooted MacGyver. MacGyver.
Tonight on MacGyver.
MacGyver.
You're playing Desi Nguyen?
Nguyen, yes.
Nguyen. Shit. I knew I'd get one name. It's the most popular name as well.
Yeah, it's the number 1 last name, Vietnamese last name, and then second is Tran.
Tran. Oh, there you go.
Yes.
So you got them both. I had to get one of them wrong.
Yes, Desiree Nguyen, or Desi, as she is known, came in at middle of season 3 as a guest star. Season 4 came back as a series regular.
Yeah, and you rode it straight through. It's not going on anymore, is it? Has it finished now?
We're done. No more.
I just remember Richard Dean Anderson saying, "I'm never watching it." Come on, be a cameo as his dad. No,
yeah,
never.
I've got another series of Stargate to do. That's cancelled. I don't care.
I loved working on that show. I loved working with the cast and crew. The one thing that I will never forget is just kind of like building a family with the cast and crew. Because, you work on projects for, even like when you go on as a co-star or guest star, you're on there for like maybe a day, at most a week. You don't really get to know anybody. You kind of learn a couple of names. But here it was like 3 years. And, you learn things about people. You get to know one another. You become family. And I really miss that. I miss that part. And it's really cool too, because a lot of people, like the crew, are here in Atlanta, and sometimes when I work on different projects and I get to see them again, and we're always so surprised. We're like, dude, it's really nice. Yeah.
So after going through so many years doing film and TV and film, which one do you actually prefer?
Yeah, I would say television, just because and this is just if everything goes well and, you have a full season and you get picked up for another season. But the consistency of that, because this industry is like, up and down, and you never know when you're going to get another job. But like, I like knowing who I'm working with. I like building relationships with people when I'm working with them. And when you're on a project and you have to meet somebody and then like jump in a scene with them so quickly, or like you meet the director or, you know, the producers and the crew and everybody else. It's just so fast. Like, you only have a certain amount of time to work, and then it doesn't really leave that much time to really get to know each other, I guess.
Was that because of the pandemic and the shifting face and stuff like that? Or was it kind of on the cards anyway, do you reckon?
No clue, because it was doing so well.
Well, you could never rule out a return anyway.
Yeah.
If the network thinks there's more juice that can be squeezed out of that lemon, then they're going to go right back to the juicer.
Very true. And Lucas Till was really good. Yeah, I've got to admit, he was really good in the role. Because I remember everyone was like...
He is MacGyver.
Yeah.
Like, you throw him out in the woods and he'll come back. Like, everybody's like, I don't know what to do. You just toss him out there, he'll find his way back.
Well, obviously, with the pandemic, obviously production shut down pretty much everywhere. A lot of the people that I've spoken to in the business, and obviously, you know, we started this podcast when the pandemic was in full flow, so we knew a lot of people who were just worried at the time that projects were not going to go ahead. I had a project that stalled and is only just getting back up and running now. So for yourself, you know, what kind of main fears did you have? A kind of positive outlook that everything would be okay? What was your mindset like during the pandemic?
I was, worried and scared. Like, is it safe to go back to work? I don't know who's been where. The fear of, like, flying in new people to come in, and I don't know, like, where they've been. And it was just, like, it was chaotic and all new rules, like so many rules that had to be implemented for safety, of course. But I was just so nervous and fearful all the time. It was hard to concentrate on the work sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know what it was like in the States, but over here it seemed like the rules were changing every few minutes. Okay, right, now you have to isolate. Now you're okay if you're with these people. Now it's okay to go to the shops. Don't go to the shops. Go to a restaurant. Don't go to a restaurant. Eat off the toilet. You know, it just... all the advice kept on changing.
Bubble. Yeah. You're in this bubble. You're in group A, B, C. You can't interact with these people. Now you have to, like, eat lunch in your trailer. You can't have lunch with anybody else. You have to stay this. You can't.
Yes, you can only travel.
I have to eat lunch by myself.
Yes. So you can only travel the streets if you're an Uber Eats driver, essential worker, or own a unicycle. It was literally every single week our rules were switching to the point where it's like, I'm on last week's rules. I mean,
guess what? You got new ones.
Yes, new rules. Back into things, and you landed. Oh shit! It's Owen Wilson again.
Wow.
You starred in Secret Headquarters as Virginia.
Michael Pena was in it. It was such a fun kids family action movie, and the directors were amazing. It was just so much fun, even though like there were still like the rules from COVID and the masks and everything like that. Like, we had a really good time. At least I did.
Just what you needed to kind of come out of the pandemic. So was it still? So I take it still was masks. It was still, you know, keeping your distance.
Masks, yeah.
Eat alone. Eat out of this little tray. Meal. No craft services.
Yeah, if you wanted to eat with somebody, you'd have to sit outside. Like,
it's just strange how the world just stopped for the better part of 6 months, and now everyone's just like, whatever.
Whatever, yeah.
Oh, you've got COVID. All right, fine, fair enough, yeah.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, God, I'm on my third COVID.
Have you guys had COVID?
We had it while we were doing the show. We came on the show and we're still doing it. He was absolutely dying. I think, did I catch it off shortly after you, didn't I?
I don't know. We were recording a promo, and then about a week or so later, I tested positive, and I was like, dude, I've tested positive. And you were panicking there thinking, oh my God, we only recorded that the other week. Oh my God, everyone's going to be thinking you caught it off you. No one else caught it off me, thankfully.
No one caught it from that shoot at all.
No.
So
he came in afterwards, and then the first one was bad, and then the second time it just felt like a cold, and I was just like, is this it?
Yeah.
I caught it at a friend's funeral a month later, and it was the worst experience I ever had in my life for 5 days, 5 of the worst days ever. But yeah, it was not a highlight. But
did you catch it?
I did. I caught it back when I was in San Jose with my family. It was terrible. It hurt so bad. I've never been that cold and never been that hot, like back and forth for like 7 days.
Did you get the migraines?
No.
Oh.
See, you got the migraines. With me, the best way that I can think of to describe it is it kind of felt like something inside my lungs was spiky.
Yes.
Your soul was leaving your body.
Yeah.
Everyone has different symptoms. We're all getting different superpowers from our COVID things.
Well, thank you for tuning in to Medical Advice with Poddywood.
Yes.
Now back to our scheduled programming. So tell us about your role in Secret Headquarters, because there's going to be some people who haven't seen it yet, because I don't think it's been on release too long over here.
Secret Headquarters, kind of like Batman meets Home Alone, where the kids are the main characters, and Owen Wilson, and he is... Am I revealing the secret to this movie?
No, it's been out.
Yeah, I think the moratorium's over. You're fine.
He's a superhero, basically, and his son finds out, and then they have to go fight the bad guy, who's Michael Pena. And I play one of the bad guys, which is really fun to do. I'm like, again, second in command, or like the assistant to the main bad guy, Jesse Williams, and we go and we try to wrangle up these kids who we don't even know are kids. We think like this superhero cave is guarded by like the superhero or like militant people, adults, and we find out that it's a bunch of kids and they go to town on us. So it was really fun. Yeah.
It's a Spy Kids Home Alone style mix.
Yeah. Spy Kids. Mm-hmm.
Perfect for the kids.
I think mine would love that, because they went through a period of watching
It's
and
fun,
rewatching.
yeah.
And was it We Can Be Heroes? I think that was on Netflix.
Oh yeah,
So,
that was.
yeah,
I remember that.
So Secret Headquarters just sounds like it's right up their alley.
I love that movie. It's so much fun.
Obviously, the big news now that we've got to reach to. You are joining the Expendables this year.
I am.
So the movie is completed. The first trailer is out. Now, obviously, we don't know what you can tell us and what you can't tell us in regards to it.
Mm-hmm.
But we're just going to ask. And if you say no comment, then that's fine. Now, I understand your character's name is Lash.
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell us who Lash is?
I'm trying to like not be Tom Holland and like reveal stuff.
He kept his job.
Yeah.
You're desperately trying to go through the NDA in your mind, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm like, what? I signed over something and I'm not allowed to say things. Lash is... God, I keep saying this, but I don't want to say it because I feel like it's repetitive, but Lash is just like a badass fighter who... I no comment. I can't say anymore. I don't know what I can
She's
say.
the new blood,
I'm
as it says
so
in the trailer.
scared.
Yes, she is the new blood, but you can tell us who else is
New
on
blood,
your
yes,
Expendables
thank
team.
you. I can.
As far as we know, Sylvester Stallone is back. I can tell you the stuff that I have read online.
Okay.
Okay, from the sources.
Go for it, Andrew.
Okay, so Expendables 4, you star as Lash. Now, I understand that this movie was originally due to film in 2020, but was held up by the pandemic. Were you on board back then, or have you been brought on board since?
Since.
So since.
Okay.
Okay. So there may have been a change in that script.
Is that your doggy? Hello, buddy.
Hello.
Hello.
Just
Hello,
when we turn
Aju.
into-
Hello, Steve.
Hello.
Yes. The dog's name is NDA, and he's stepping in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't answer anything about Expendables.
Okay. I do know.
Yeah.
Word online is set that this is set to be the longest of the Expendables movie, tagging in at nearly 3 hours long. But we'll see, because once the edit happens, they're probably John Wick 4ing it, so you never know. No, it's the law of 4. Gotta go
Never
3
know.
hours. Word online is that this is Sylvester Stallone's last Expendables movie.
I mean, yeah, you could kind of say like it's this is the last ride for, you know, Furious 7, and they're gonna keep making more. You never know with Sylvester Stallone. Like,
Yes.
he has the power.
Yes. Obviously, we have Megan Fox also in the movie.
Yes.
And Tony Jaa, of course, as we have mentioned.
Yes.
And who plays the main bad guy? It's the guy from The Raid.
Iko Uwais, yeah.
Yes.
He also fantastic. Like, I fangirled over Iko and Tony Jaa, and it's so cute too because my dad, when he found out that I was gonna be on Expendables and working with Tony Jaa, he was like, "I'm back." I was like, "Yeah, Dad." He's like, "Oh."
I mean, that
it was
that
really
is
cool. Yeah.
Did you take your dad on set to meet him?
No, because we shot in London and Greece and Bulgaria. So, my dad's back in San Jose. Yeah.
Stallone wouldn't pop for a seat for a plane? Oh,
Yeah.
that's... Come on, man. Sylvester, come on.
Come on, man. We know you're watching this because you're looking for the NDA stuff. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least get him a fight. Sit him next to Tony Jaa at the premiere, at least. I'll even put towards that seat. Now, I've also found a bit of news out today because obviously we can't talk too much on the Expendables 4, but we're hoping that you're going to come back again in the future and at least talk to us about your experiences on Expendables 4 more.
Yeah.
Maybe after it's
Or
released.
expend 4 bulls, as it looks on the
Yes.
on the thing.
Bull.
They've done like the 7 thing and then put the number in the name, which is...
I see what you guys did there.
Yes. So, Levy Tran will be appearing in Bad Boys 4.
I like movie number 4s.
Yes. 4 and 7. They're looking.
Yeah, 4 and 7.
4 and 7.
If you want to come up with a new movie, don't pick me. Just wait till part 4 comes out, and then I'll be in that one.
Yes.
I'm now trying to rack my brains and work out where are we up to with movies that are about to have part 7s.
Well, I think the Purge election year was the 4th Purge movie as well.
Rush Hour.
Yeah.
I think they got up to 4. Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, that got 4.
I know the first Purge actually made probably the most money out of all of the Purge movies, as I remember it. Obviously, Fast and Furious 7 is the second highest grossing movie in the history of Universal Studios. Now, if Expendables 4 makes more money than any of the other Expendables movies, because I understand they are going hard R on this one, they're not making it back to the PG-13 crowd as they did with Expendables 3.
Yeah.
If that makes more money, and then if Bad Boys 4 makes more money than Bad Boys for Life, then you are
it's
the
because
golden
of me.
ticket.
No,
Yes. Then you are the ultimate good luck charm for franchises. Now that Dwayne Johnson's career is in a bit of a downswing, and he's not the franchise golden hit anymore. This is it. You can step up and take that role.
Yeah. I will gladly take it from him. No.
I'm going to be the first person to cast you in a movie that's the number 1 in a franchise. There you go.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Have good luck straight from the off.
Going back to Tony Jaa, though, because I'm such a big fan of him, but there's a scene where my character and his character meet, and after like 2 takes, every time I saw him, I would have like this huge grin on my face. And Scott, the director, would come up to me like, "Hey kid, like, why are you smiling?" And I was like, "I'm so sorry. I'm really excited because I'm seeing Tony Jaa." And he was like, "Cut it out." I was like, "Yeah, okay." He was like, "You're not supposed to smile right now." I was like, "Bad character choice. It's okay. I won't smile. I won't smile."
So,
But,
sounds like people on the
yeah.
Star Wars films doing the noises of the lightsabers. It's like, no, don't make the noise of the lightsabers.
Yeah, don't do it.
Don't smile at Tony Jaa.
Yeah, don't smile. I was like, okay,
So-
I'm so sorry.
And speaking on the Expendables team, is that kind of like a really close-knit family dynamic? I mean, some of the cast members, Randy Couture, Jason Statham, Stallone, I mean, they've all been there since the very beginning. You know, people have come in and come out. So with you, one of the newbies coming in there, were you kind of group that would like go for a drink after the shoot and hang out? And
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely tell that the OGs, have like this very close brotherly relationship. You know, they banter back and forth. Me and Jacob, we got along well because we were kind of like the newbies. But at one point, Randy, me, and Jacob went to a Bellator fight, and it was really cool because Randy got the tickets, and you know, in the fighting world, everybody knows Randy, and everyone was just like freaking out that he was there.
Randy Couture, divorce attorney. Have you taken enough of a beating? Are you ready to tap out of your marriage?
But yeah, everybody was nice. We got along very well. We went to go get dinners and hung out, and it was nice.
One question that I do have to ask is, if you look at the trailer, you've basically got yourself and Megan Fox as the only 2 women in the movie. Now, was it hard having to deal with so much testosterone surging through the set on a daily basis?
I didn't find it difficult. They were being very nice to me, and it wasn't very much. But also at the same time, like, because I do jujitsu, and me and Randy would like fuck around, and he'd be like arm drags, like, show me this move and show me this move, and it's not. He kind of treated me like a little brother. So it was, yeah, no heavy testosterone.
to be around all those people, did you have to go through very strict training regimen?
I had a lot of free time because some of my scenes were really short, so I wasn't needed on set every single day like, you know, Jason Statham or Megan Fox. But so when I had free time, I would hit the gym, and then I would go meet up with the stunt team, who was like Jackie Chan's stunt team, which is really cool. And they taught me how to use like new weapons, like the string with a dagger at the end. And at one point I was practicing. I looked terrible at the beginning, and I kind of still do, but a little bit better than day one. But they set a water bottle at the end, and I was able to swing the rope with the dagger at the end and kick the dagger with my leg, and I hooked the water bottle at the end of the room. So that was pretty cool.
Oh, that's sweet.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And obviously, that's display in the trailer as well. We're seeing you getting in the fight with that particular weapon as well. Okay. Well, yeah, I think the sky is the limit for you this year. We're all going to be there cheering you on when Expendables 4 gets released. I think there's going to be a lot of interest in you going forward. Obviously, you've reached a high level of, you know, Hollywood movies now, you know, and you're getting more and more noticed, you know, especially being the last face on that trailer. You know, that is the face that everyone is going to remember. So did you mention you were based in Atlanta at the moment?
Yeah, I moved in Atlanta at the end of 2020. And I'm here, but my family's over in San Jose. So I don't know how long I'll stay in Atlanta. I'm kind of just like a kite. I'll go wherever. But right now I really enjoy living in Atlanta because there's the awesome jiu-jitsu school that I go to, and there's a bunch of dog parks. Like, I like the vegetation here. The people are nice here.
Well, I also know here's two questions for you that I thought I'm kind of tacking onto the end of this because
Okay.
I know that you like a lot of foods. Where is the best place to get sushi? If you had one place to recommend that you would always want to go to, where is it? Give them a plug.
Minato Japanese restaurant in San Jose, downtown San Jose.
There you go. You just got a free meal.
Well, I used to work there, and I still work there when I go back to San Jose. So I'm plugging them in.
That's good. When I'm down in San Jose, I've got to just. You do like to cook, apparently. I hear.
I do like to cook. I'm not great. My dad's a great cook, but I wish I would cook more Vietnamese food. But when you cook Vietnamese food, you have to cook like in big batches, and it's just me and my dog, and can't give him spices. So
I was going to ask where the best place for eating that you know in Los Angeles, because I'm headed there later this year.
Go to Nong La. Well,
Nong La.
I say Nong La is how you say it in Vietnamese. It means straw hat.
Oh,
They have 2 locations in LA.
If you are there in November, I'm going to call and you say, take me to this place, I've got to try it. And in exchange, I will get you a bottle of Jameson whiskey. I know that you like your Jameson whiskey.
Now you're speaking my language.
Yes, I knew this would strike a chord with Steve. Whiskey aficionado that he is.
Are you?
I have, well, not particularly knowledgeable, but I do like the odd dram every now and again. There's a few that I'd like to recommend to you. Have you ever had Green Spot?
No.
No, that's a very nice.
Green Spot. No.
It's quite a nice sweet whiskey. I'm just having a look. There was a Bushmills and surprisingly a Glenfiddich 15-year-old, which was very nice. I wasn't expecting it to be, but it was very nice. Yes.
Have you guys ever had Habiki? Japanese whiskey?
No.
My family loves that. Yeah.
No, but I think they do have it behind the bar in the local pub around here.
No.
Try it.
Try it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will do it next time I'm out.
Well, I think we're just about out of time for this week, and
All right.
we have run the gamut. We have gone through quite a selection of your career. There are plenty of us there that we didn't get to cover, mainly for time. But hopefully in the future we'll get to cover that again on another appearance.
Okay.
Unless you're like, please don't.
No.
No, but at the end of the day, every single job you had has gotten you to this level where you're at now, and we're so excited to see what's going to happen with you next. With the Expendables 4 and following, we're sure no matter what it is, it's going to be incredible. So you have some fans and supporters here at Poddywood.
Yep.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Steve.
We want a female Expendables team. Fox Force 5, but the Expendables. That's what we need.
My gosh, yes.
I actually did see a name today, the Expendables.
Okay. So. Okay, maybe.
In that case, if you want to talk about anything that we've covered in this week's episode, then you can get in touch with us at the following locations on the screen below. First of all, you can get in touch with us on facebook.com/Poddywood. You can get in touch with us on Twitter @Poddywood. You can hit us up on the r/Poddywood subreddit. You can get us on LinkedIn. You can get us on Fiverr. You can get us on, I don't know, we're in the yellow pages somewhere. I don't even know if they still exist. But anyway.
Do they even still print out yellow pages?
I don't know. Probably not.
Probably not.
It's quite sad.
You can find us on Grindr if you're lucky.
Yeah.
There's loads of avenues to get in touch with us. Let us know about the show. Let us know what you think.
There's also the Patreon.
I was getting to that, Steve. Jeez, every week you cut me off. Let me get it out just one week. Yes, we have a Patreon where for the price of a cup of coffee, you can support our show. You can get the audio versions of our show a couple of days early before the video one goes out. You can also hear exclusive content where me and Steve do Poddywood After Dark, which is just a show of me and him just randomly talking about whatever topics that come up in a luxurious jazz bar setting.
Yes.
That's definitely going to be a t-shirt one day, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
We're going to wear it with pride.
But for now, thank you very, very much to Levy Tran.
Thank you, guys.
And it is a goodbye from me.
And I've already left. You just haven't noticed.
Bye!